a vet. He's a professional. He's always ready. Even though he's been out a bit at the start of the season, he takes care of his body, gets his work in, and when he comes back, he's always showing up.
Domas, just, getting a win, obviously, relieving some of the pressure that's been kind of built up a little bit. I just wonder, when you go down, I think it was 18-19 against them, what's kind of the feeling at that point? Obviously, there's a lot of game left, but just given everything.
Knowing our history, just keep fighting. Keep fighting. I think there's still a quarter left or a lot of minutes left in the game, and, with us, we got to fight to the last second, and make sure we get that win.
Domas, you guys seem to play a lot more physical in the second half. What was the message at halftime, and what clicked there going into the third quarter? He
just wants us. He says, make them feel you, touch them, touch the ball, touch the player, and after a couple of texts there, the refs let us be more physical there, and that kind of suits our game more.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
We got the lead coming.
I was asking somebody left the power cord. Bring it over. Oh, I think we got it? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Lee, congrats on the win. Just how much did the group need that? Not just to play well, but the psyche as well with it.
Bad. We needed it bad. Happy we got it done. We know that was going to be down a few guys, and we know the other guys were going to come in and play hard. But yeah, I'm glad we took care of business.
Lee, can you just speak to kind of how the game started, just how funky that first quarter was, and what it took to kind of turn on the Jets a little bit later on?
Yeah, we were just indecisive with what we wanted to do. And then second quarter, we got it right. Obviously, and turned the game around. So, we just can't start out indecisive.
Was there any part of you thinking, here we go again with another big deficit?
Never. I always think we're going to win the game.
Yeah. Obviously, in that third quarter, what did you see? The atmosphere kind of felt like a fourth quarter. I think the fans sensed just how much it was needed as well. How much do you feel like that kind of really energized you guys?
We said it from in the locker room at half because we gave the Lakers 42 in the first quarter. Third quarter, we gave them 41. We know those are our kryptonites right now. So we just tried to come out there and stay locked in, make them call the first time out, play harder than them the first 3 minutes, and I think that's what we did.
Malik, you obviously know how important the energy is coming off of the bench with that second unit. Trey seems to really be bringing that energy over the last week and some change. What are you seeing from him and just the minutes he's been able to put together?
Since he's been back, he lost a lot of pounds. He was fat at the beginning of the year. Put on lost some of them LBs, and he's moving around now. So yeah, that's it. That's just he just lost some pounds, and that's it.
Malik, being in your role, you're kind of a glue guy for this team. When things start to get, you've seen other guys getting frustrated. What were you doing and saying to your teammates to keep them focused?
Trying to make them laugh. Just put a smile on your face. It can't be so serious all the time. Basketball is a serious game, but you got to have fun doing it. And I think when I try to say something funny, make them laugh, it brings the joy, make them forget what just happened. And yeah, I just be trying to install a lot of confidence in them. Shoot the ball, good shot. Next one gonna go in. Just things like that.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Malik.
Appreciate y'all.
Locker room's open. If anyone wants to come in.
Come on, Doug. Give me something to do. I am on come.
Hello, everybody. Super proud of the guys. Obviously, didn't start out the way that we wanted to, but at halftime challenged them. The third quarter in Los Angeles was the one that got us, and tonight come out and only allowed them 17 points in the third. I thought was really big for us. Offensively, didn't run with the same pace that we did, but defensively took a bit of a step. But there's still levels to this, and some of the things that you're being asked to do, you go back to old habits, and now we got to continue to work on it. But more than anything, it's about winning, and then you go back and look at it, and then we'll continue to improve.
Doug, first up, congrats on your first win.
Thank you, sir.
The third quarter, you got a couple of texts there, and I don't know, the last couple of weeks, it seems like your team has allowed that to seep in, and they aim their angst towards the officials too much.
Yep.
How did you get them to focus and kind of get through that, especially pulling De'Aaron to the side?
I promised Shannon I wouldn't cuss anymore, so we brought them all in. Like, it's part of what I want them to understand is it's us. So lock arms, let's get in here and let's have a conversation about what it's going to take the next step. And part of it is facing adversity, regardless of the whistle or anything like that. And I said, trust me that I will talk to them, I will go at them, I will do everything that I can to shine a light on whatever the situation is. But that can't derail what we're trying to do on a night-to-night basis to improve. The process of us improving is facing adversity, facing those things and overcoming those things. And I said it with different, obviously, verbiage, but the point was, I think, well taken, and we just have to work in that area. That's something that I do not want. I want them to focus on the game, understand the game is hard. You're going to get a good whistle sometimes you're not going to get a good whistle. It's part of what happens, and for Kings fans, I think they understand that from the time I was here.
Doug, how much from a psyche standpoint did the club and the team just need a win tonight?
Bad. I think that, part of one of my messages in the huddle was like, you're going and you're getting close, and Bob Marley would talk about taking the bucket to the well, and you never know when the bottom's going to fall out. But you got to keep going. You got to keep. You never know when it's going to happen, and we needed that in that way. Like, is that going to be the thing that makes it happen? Are we going to still struggle from time? Yes, but the goodwill needed to happen to show that, a lot of things that we talk about we're able to do. Now we need to do it with the consistency, the intensity, and the aggression and violent aggression, in my opinion, that needs to be there to win games at this level.
DC, I know over the course of this season there have been times where the bench scoring and bench production has been lacking. Seems like Trey Lyles is really starting to get going and get into regular season shape with his production. How have you just seen his evolution over the last couple of weeks, and then can you talk about the impact that he had tonight?
Yeah, he was big time. I mean, I've had a strained calf and lower injuries and different things, and I understand that when you come back, there's a trust issue with yourself, trying to make sure, and all the different things that go along with that. But to his credit, again, the fighting through, and he had a big-time rebound, charge, threes, just playing with the type of pace and aggression that when he's all the way healthy that he plays with. So I gave him a big hug and told him thank you, because without him, without all of them, this was a team win, from our bench energy to our bench communication in the huddles to the starters to foul trouble. Like, you go across the board, and those are the things that I want to see, because this is a team sport. We are a team. Every single one of us. We had G League guys there. Everybody. This was about everybody. This is not about me. It's about them, and the fact that they were able to overcome. I'm just super proud of them.
Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you, sir.
Moving forward, what do you think are the team's biggest challenges? How do you plan to address them? And what can we expect to see that is different than what we've seen so far this year?
Well, hopefully, first and foremost, is a lot of, I think we got 10 or 11 losses by 5 points or less. So those are the things that we have to improve upon. One of them that I said in the huddle was clutch rebounds. What I consider clutch rebounds is a shot goes up late in the shot clock, and they get a rebound, and then they get another opportunity. Those are the things that we got to shore up. But more than anything, it's the defense. Defense again, and defense to finish. That's where, if we're going to make the jump. Offensively, I'm not worried. We have super elite players. We got one of the best guards in the league. We got if not the best, second best, whatever you want to consider, in Domas. Like, just an incredible talent as far as all-around talent. Malik, Debo, like, you go down, we have those, but it's going to be up to us to go out and finish the ball games, and more than anything, that's going to be the focus going forward. Coach, this is your second game, in the head coaching position. Has there been any moments in these last two games where you kind of forgot you was the head coach? No. When you sit in that seat, you know that you're in that seat for sure. I trust them, and I'm going to be as good as they are and as hard as they play and all of those things. So, I understand it. I understand what comes with that, and just trying to give them the wind underneath their wings to be as good as I know that they can be, and I think our fans want them to be. Yeah.
Doug, congrats. You're a fiery guy, emotional guy. I think you're a motivator from what I've seen and heard. When you look at your players, that group, what do you see, and what do you want them to see when they look at you?
I think in many ways your team takes on the personality of your coach, and I just want them to fight. And when they step inside those lines, it's always us versus them, and it's always us. And it doesn't matter when we leave. If we're friends with them, great. If we're not, that's fine too. We come here to win the ball game, and we come here to lock arms and do it together.
That's my I like to have fun, so I want them to have joy and play with joy at the same time. But understand that when it's business, we are getting after it, and that's what I want our fans to feel. So when they come to our arena, they know that there's going to be a sense of pride in what is across our chest and on our back, that we're coming to deliver a product that they can be proud of.
Doug, congrats on the over here on your right.
Yes, sir.
Congrats on the win. What do you do as a coach and head coach and a coaching staff to help the guys build off this one? It seems this whole season it's been a couple steps forward, a couple steps back.
Yeah.
How do you really start to build some momentum going into the later part of this season?
Well, I would say more than anything for me, like you go and look at the film and you do all those. I try to focus on the positive things, but at the same time understand that it's a process to what we're doing. We take a step, we take a step. We don't really worry about everything that's going on the outside and the outcome. The byproduct of what I'm asking them to do will ultimately be winning. It's hard in this league. Winning is difficult. So I totally understand that. I think they're beginning to feel it, and that's going to be the process that we have to go through on a night-to-night basis, and I'm here for it, and I think that they're ready to do it.
Doug, obviously, a win can do so much for even a struggling team, but
Yeah.
I'm curious for you as a player, people talk about when the game slows down, how much, things become easier. Does that happen for a coach as well? Has that happened for you yet, even in these few days that you've experienced being a head coach?
I'll tell you if it does, Sean.
Thanks, everyone.
You got it. Appreciate you guys.